Last 1 week, a man you've seen on your screen a lot is former Air Force Chief SP Tyagi. He's being interrogated for the last 4 days. The other thing you've seen is a stream of denials by his cousins, one of whom came on this channel in the studio and denied receiving any kickbacks in the scam. But now, India today has solid evidence of thousands of phone calls between the key Indian conspirators and their Italian collaborators. We have accessed exclusively the call details of former Air Chief SP Tyagi's cousins, Rajeev, Sandeep and Sanjeev, with AgustaWestland's Italian middlemen, Guido, Haschke, Carlo, Gerosa and the British national Christian Michel. Most of these phone calls were made in 2010, the year the UPA government officially signed the deal with AgustaWestland to buy 12 helicopters. Call records of the mobile phones registered in the name of Rajeev Tyagi or Julie, the cousin of former Air Chief, reveal that he made 8 phone calls to Carlo Gerosa between October 2010 and January 2012. He made 9 phone calls. Rahul Kaval is joining us to give us more on that story. Rahul, what we've seen when we asked this question to Julie Tyagi, he claimed that he and Haschke had been partners in a sense in consultancy firms since 1996, and that was in the power sector, not in the defense sector. Now these call records that you have suggest a deeper relationship that goes to all the other middlemen, Gerosa and Michel as well. Tell us more as to why you believe this could well be a clincher.
Rajeev, when the investigating agencies for the first time asked the Tyagi brothers about their links with the Italian middleman, there was a very evasive response suggesting that the relationship is very cursory, it's a business relationship. But not just are the numbers in these call detail records very interesting, because, for example, you mentioned Sanjeev Julie Tyagi. He spoke to Carlo Gerosa 1,144 times in the period when the Augusta deal was being signed. There are 241 SMSs being sent, 527 SMSs coming in. So that suggests that the relationship is not just a very cursory relationship with someone you have as a distant acquaintance, but something far deeper. What's also very interesting is that through these call detail records, you know exactly when these calls have been made. There is a spike in activity around the time the Augusta deal is being signed. Immediately thereafter, there's a spike in activity even as the investigators begin investigating the case. Now, this is part of the evidence that the Enforcement Directorate and the Central Bureau of Investigation are confronting the Tyagi brothers with, and saying, if this is, as you suggested when they came to your show on India Today, just a business relationship, then what about the call details? Why are you calling Gerosa and Haschke at the time when the Augusta deal was being negotiated, immediately after it got signed, in the immediate aftermath? Why are there so many conversations? And 1,144 conversations between Sanjeev Tyagi and Carlo Gerosa suggests not a distant acquaintanceship as he suggested to us, but something far deeper. This is one of the things being used by the investigators to question the Tyagi brothers, and this is a story breaking exclusively on India Today.
And am I to understand, Rahul, that these call records are now available with the investigators? Is this what they are confronting the Tyagi cousins even as they interrogate them today and at the moment?
This is part of what the CBI officials are questioning the Tyagi brothers with. Remember, they also have details about the companies, the shell companies that were set up. They have reason to believe that some of the payback money was brought into the country through FDI. That's the financial angle. But the call detail records, so far, they haven't come out into the public domain. They're coming out right here on this show, on this channel for the very first time. This is significant because it establishes a very deep proximity. Why were you calling them just at the time the Augusta deal got announced? Why were you calling them immediately after, just before? If this is an acquaintanceship, as Sanjeev Julie Tyagi suggested, to do with power, then why are the calls happening around the time of the Augusta deal? Those are questions the Tyagi brothers really need to respond to.
Rahul Kaval, with that breaking news, that story that clearly shows the extensive relationship that the Tyagi brothers had with the middlemen in the AgustaWestland.